Very good morning. Welcome Georgiana TV. Kajidaro Jakaroman, Pika Sabin Dogole, Jagapture Buko Agokwen. You are most welcome to Georgiana Television. Jemda Jamola, this is the Sebei that we want. This TV covers our stories of the region. We want to tell our story and we want to appreciate our heritage. But Sean Lajebonda Gebigala that who are not very common or they are common, right? People know them. Then I think we've not heard from them exhaustively. We want to sit down with them, Bashoni, Kumowich, let them talk to us. Minga lecture we've been hearing, but in corridors, or we just get to hear about them. But today I want them to take us through what exactly they are in Tunda. What is the thing that they are really pushing? Because it's something that have been pushing for a very long time. The audience that they need, what they require or what they desire. But before we go into much, who are they, what do they do, and in this project, who are they exactly? TV.
Thank you. I want to thank you, Jana TV, the media platform. My name is Jesang Tom Brown, Chairman of the New Zealand Claimants Association, Sebei region. I represent 20,000 IDPs who are forcibly displaced out of Blamble and Queen district by Karamajo cattle rustlers in 1948. Okay. Our grandfathers got displaced from that land and were pushed to the upper capital and Queen and current place Buko right now.
Okay. Tom.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Georgiana TV. My name is Chemonges David, who happens to be the chairperson of Kapugo Landowners Association, which is an association advocating for land rights, resettlement, and compensation, which was caused by our neighbors, the Karamojongs and the Pokot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, David.
Thank you so much. My name is Chemonge Simon, commonly known as the Mukundi. I'm one of the members, part of the team members who have been fighting for the rights of Sabines who were forced by the Karamojongs. And at the moment, we've been looking for justice, and up to date, we haven't got justice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think this is a team that is advocating for resettlement of the IDPs and basically Sabinjak. I think that is what you're fighting for. Yes. So this is David, Tom, and then Tom Konde. To our studios today.
Thank you.
So Jamida Jamola, it is a nice course. It's a good course. But take us through out there. There are people who have heard of this story. Yes. I won't call it a story because it has been coming in narratives. People have heard about it. We do not know much. I, for one, if you sat me down and get the benale more about this, I may not give you, and yet I am a beneficiary. I should be a beneficiary. Wow. So Amadale, at least take us through. How do we come to where we are right now?
Thank you.
Yes.
With my entire team of Sebei sub-region and the media platform. As I told you, I'm the chairman of land claimants. We're assessor claimants of the land, which is approximately 67,400 acres, located in Blamble and Bunamche and Queen district.
Okay.
Our grandfathers were forced to displace in 1948 by Karamajo cattle rustlers. We migrated from that land to the upper capital and Queen and Bukwa, to the extent of Kenya.
Okay.
When the NRM government ushered the peace, we were hopeful we were returning back to the land, only to be made that the same land had been titled by some fraudulent individuals or organizations without our consent, which now made our grandfathers to look for justice. The great founders went to court, they could not get justice there. They went until they died. Until the time we, as friends, we said now, the young people should stand up over this cause, because we are not understanding why we have a land, yet we are not able to access and use our land. So some people took that advantage and titled that land over 10,000 acres, sold for any investors and partly lost to government. So the Sabines have been advocating and the elders failed. We now moved as a full team from Sebei region, led by the chairman, land claimants, and Kakua, and this Tom Kunda, formed a very big organization covering the whole Kapchora, Queen, Bukwa, and Kenya,
Okay.
in order to stand with one voice to demand what is rightfully ours. However, when we started writing the petitions to the President of Uganda, Prime Minister of Uganda, IGG, the Minister of Lands invited us to Minister of Lands with over 100 elders. We justified our case before Dr. Sam Mayanja, who truly said he was not going to set us beings back to their land since the title was even cancelled. Before that, there was a commission of inquiry in that land, whose land was it belonging to, which was led by.
Did you go with this one over 100 elders?
We went with 100 elders, Minister of Lands.
Okay.
From Queen, Kapchora, and Bukwa. We met Dr. Sam Mayanja, who promised us to receive us in is it Saturdays? Saturdays. From that time up to now.
When was that? When did you go to meet this person?
When we reached to meet was 2014. Last year, Patron. From that time, we've never been settled.
Okay.
In fact, he again led us to the team of State House Anti-Corruption, which also did their findings and found out that all the titles which were in the land were fraudulently acquired, and there was cancellation of titles from Minister of Lands. But the problem we got was the report had been hidden from government from implementation, because the most powerful people within the region had participated in selling this land to
Who
government.
hid the report? When you report it?
We have individuals who hid the report.
Okay.
Those who are working in the Ministry of Lands, others also, the sons of the soil, hid the report from implementation. But basically, the issue here was government's own report was not implemented by government, because we have the letter of the President of Uganda directing Omar Tubo to cause a boundary modification between Kapchora and Sironko and cancel all the titles. It was from 2009 up to date, it has never been implemented, which now led us to begin petitioning several ministries of the Prime Minister. We have had several engagements with the government until the State House even came, and they called us also there. We went with him. We met Brigadier Isoke, who also promised us his win. But the problem we got was we did not have the backing from the leaders who had participated fraudulently in this land. As a result, we agreed after receiving
You
letter.
expected the leaders who have a hand to back you up.
Yes, because as is government put, it's their role in parliament to ask for settlement and implementation. Unfortunately, there was sabotage in the whole process because there were interested parties. Then, when we come to the story of how we went there, when we left to State House, we now we go to our land because we had already got letters of cancellation from Minister of Lands, which cancelled 16 land titles, which is here. These are 16 land titles because of Minister of Lands. So we took the people led by Tumkunda and David to the land.
Okay, before we reach to where you're taking the people to the land, you stated behind there, Kale Kanyoru when Boguko, we are fighting for this land, right?
Yes.
They wanted to claim. So that means you did not begin from zero, you began from somewhere.
The elders were already still fighting, and are even still fighting, but they have lost the track.
So when do you join the elders?
We joined the elders around 2014.
2014 is when you started this course.
We were being invited in Blamble.
Oh, so you adduced the opposition that time too?
So we began advocating.
Okay.
Then we eventually now formed these organizations to become a regional force to speak for one. We need resettlement, advocate for land rights, resettlement, restocking, and boundary. All the things have not been done by the government of Uganda, despite all these good reports.
So during this time, as you're still maybe writing to meeting different officers, talking to them about, and then has the reception been positive? But before that, was the reception
when people
positive?
read what we have, government wrote to us, IG wrote to us, the land belongs to us. Minister of Land wrote to us, the land belongs to us. President wrote to us, the land belongs to us. But no implementation. But there's possibilities of the government, but we do not have people who are implementing this project. Because we believe that where policies are made and legislation is parliament. So our people, whom we were believing, are part of this story. So that's why we got forestry to the way, and then we now teamed up as a force and said, since we have these letters, these are from government, we take our people to the land. So we were able to take people to the land.
So you took the law to your hands, Mola, since we have the documentation.
We did not even take the law. The law says if the land is yours, you go to your land. But having made there were obstacles because these people had sold to foreign investors the land, and you know there were now when you go to a land which has been cancelled, the liabilities are for the person who gave the investor the land. That now the people are coming. So these people organized and sponsored state-inspired insecurity against us. You remember we have been over 500 of us have been arrested, including the chairman of the nation. Even David also was arrested by these famous land grabbers of this region.
So the land grabbers worked with security.
They work with security to ensure that the Sabians don't occupy the land in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is been. Then what happened now? Can you read all the documentation? The president, but then no one is implementing.
The last directive of the president was his report is there. Then the latest directive was telling the Prime Minister of Uganda, Vice President, implement the report, which has never been done because.
So because there was no implementation, I saw the quality and then
we went to our land.
Okay, so how do you enter there?
Of course, we wrote to the. We first of all wrote to notified all of them. We wrote to Dr. Sam Mayanja, State of Anti-Corruption, and all regional security forces, and we went. We were successful there. We went there and sat there for 12 months.
Did they come like when you wrote the time you're entering? You wrote to them telling them like, what you would read or on such and such a day we are coming to enter our land. What was the content?
We simply notified the security because we are the owners, they are not the owners.
Yes.
We simply notified we are going back to our land, henceforth provide us security. So people went there, sat there.
What the security provided?
Security was just reluctantly watching, but security was again later used against us when we were burning houses.
So you stayed for 12 months, yes?
Yes. We stayed for 12 months.
So that time we have the documentation. Let's enter there. So that's how you enter. And then what happens there?
What happens is as people are preparing now to farm, cultivate, when we reach there, we never had the government support. First of all, this was voluntary settlement. Government is not. Maybe
David can take us through what happens when you get to the land.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Uganda TV. Upon us entering the land, we now, because this is our land.
Yes.
So exactly what happens there is the activities now, like as a parent, supposed to take place. For example, clearing the land, cultivation, building houses, because this was voluntary settlement.
Yes.
So people had to use their own personal resources to construct their personal houses. Meanwhile, we had notified government. As we await government to respond to our call to support the people with shelters, health units, and other things.
Don't you feel like you rushed? Because how would you wait the exile and like it is okay?
My sister, this land belongs to the people.
Which is very true.
And therefore, no one rushed. You cannot rush going back to your land. Hope you understand.
Right.
But remember, this land was in question. It's not just land that is there. This land has, which is very true, customary land. It is true, but already now you know that there is someone who is already doing some activities there. Don't you think you needed to have a green light? Okay, now you have the ownership. Now you go on.
No one was having an activity on the land. Now, simply what the land grabbers did was to tie to the land and move to the paperwork. You understand? And so they left the land.
The two of you are the same.
You see?
They left the land. The titles you moving.
For us, we went to our land where we know that this is our land. For them, they had what? The fake titles with them, which have been cancelled by Minister of Land. So for us, we had to make sure that because the people know where their ancestors, because this is what called ancestral land.
Okay.
land.
You see? So you simply go back to where your parents used to stay, then you move and do the development. Activities move on now. Because we could not request again. Because government is very clear. Actually, the constitution of Uganda is very clear. Land belongs to the people. And therefore, the people, depending on the program you have, you move to your land according to the program you have. Yeah. So you cannot again seek government to help you go to your land. The way some people have been doing, some elders who are trying to use by by land grabbers, to confuse the public. You see, they again request. One time I still remember when President Museveni came here at State Lodge.
I am still going to
Yes.
You don't have to ask the government to help you to go back to your land because the land is yours. So what was the need of writing all these letters? So
Yes, our purpose
that
was
is
writing,
asking for the government.
notifying government. You know, we notified government of the return of over 20,000 IDPs to their ancestral land. Therefore, because it's a fundamental right of a Ugandan to have health centers, health services, to have schools for their
So
children.
you're notifying the thing, maybe they can plan for you to have the services.
Yes, that's why we notified. We have all those documents here.
Even the budget,
Even
we wrote to the Prime
You
Minister.
see, the notification is here. You see, we
Okay.
notified them.
It is okay. We will go through that.
Yes.
So you notified, then you went to the land.
We went to the land. Now, upon reaching the land, we stayed there for over 12 months. And people were peaceful, they were developing mentally, growing, everything was okay. And now the worst part of it is when now they joined security, which was supposed to help the people, again turned against the
people.
peaceful people staying on their land.
Okay.
Because they were being used by land grabbers and the security operatives, the head of security, simply because they were bought off. So that's why we call upon the president to intervene in this matter and let us have this matter come to rest.
So when the security turns against the people, what happens?
What happened, of course, is they burned the houses of the people, arrested, tortured, raped women, took cows, took motorcycles of the people.
Over 100 motorcycles.
That's why we was asking government to compensate our people who innocently lost their property. Because the security which was used is for the government. You see, to torture people, beat up people, and there was a lot of
like everything is lost. What happened? So people had to come back.
So people had now to come back, seek for again, like that. Actually, what happened was
first fighting legal battles. First of all.
Yes, so no, what happened is people again came back up on other sides because these people were displaced and they moved to different areas. Others came to the upper belt. Others went up to Teso. Others went up to Kenya. So upon people being beaten, houses burnt, you know, there was a lot of misery. So people had again to leave the land and move looking for survival outside. Because they were really tortured badly. You see, as the organizations were moving forward, fighting legal battles. So that is where.
So, after they lose property, where do we survive from?
Yeah, you got together.
So after that, and then you moved on fighting legal battles.
Yes.
What are the legal battles that you're fighting?
The legal battles is, of course, after being beaten, majority of them were arrested. You see, that's why this case came up. Petition over contempt of court by 13 land grabbers, RDC and DPC Queen, Chinese Rent Scheme Company, these people, James Sokar and others. So we had now to go in because our organizations are entitled to sue and to be sued because they are fully registered by law. So we had to move in to remove our people who were innocently arrested for some few months, and we moved to all those offices. And
who is arresting these people?
It is, of course, security. I told you that this is security we are using by land grabbers.
These are trust. But I'm who are arresting? Is it the land grabbers who are coming on ground? The security just comes.
The security is being used by the land grabbers because they have a role to protect the investors, which they have eaten their money. So the problem with them is this story is when the people go to their land, they will have to pay back the money they have gotten from the investors, and that's the clash with that story.
Okay. So about legal battles, yes. So where do we reach with the
First of all,
legal
we
battles?
lost all these properties. First of all, before that,
we lost the following:
200 houses were burnt.
So 20,000 land claimants used RDC Queen Blambuli. 200
houses
of claimants' houses were bound on the ground.
And they made of it.
2,000 cows taken. 100 motorcycles robbed. 678 people arrested.
Looting, rape,
You see,
and this is the case.
this is the case now. A case criminal number filed at Queen District and CP Region 5 GF, Starter 1 of 2023. This housing
Those are
happened
the
in
properties
2023.
lost.
Yes. So these are all the properties.
Abayale wa got some sangu
They give Amsangu
to police.
to police
And then
and
from police
to court staff. So it is
so-
still in court, and you know court takes time in investigation and so
Some
forth.
of the cases have been dismissed.
The cases which they mounted on the people,
Others
innocent,
dismissed,
so they were
others have not
dismissed.
yet been.
Mm. So gijagayo dogangi chabi gaba kobaga court kaba. Did you just sit back and let's first fight the legal battles, or there is something that you've been doing?
Okay, now after that, State House entered. After the legal battle in court, the case was dismissed. We are waiting for conversation. State House came, and then they came now to justify owners of plot 100, because that's where the problem started from. So after doing that, they told us that the Sabeis are now free to own and plant even a trickle of way and live peacefully in their land. But when they go back, these same people follow these people. So the
So
process.
State House comes and gives a directive. Then these ones come and do the opposite of the directive.
block the
directive.
So who has the power?
Of course, it is the State House with the power, you see,
And Minister of
and
Land.
Minister of Lands. So
But-
they gave their directives. However, the security with the land grabber sit and cause something. For example, when you go back to your land, they will now say, because we are
Criminal
also called
trespass.
criminal trespass. How can you criminally trespass to your own land? So they are forging cases to these disorganized people who are supposed to the settlement.
Just to settle
So
land.
that they account for the money they pick from the investors.
Okay. Okay, Jamie, they are court. Okay, now we are at court. State House has come, given a directive. So what happens after State House gives a directive? You can take us
Comes it from
through.
the perspective.
Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Chamonge Simon, commonly known as the Mukunde, and I want to tell you, my sister, that since this battle started, you know, the land is a customary land. You are a Sabini, I'm a Sabini. Our ancestors were living there long ago. So for me, when we later realized that the land belongs to the Sabines, and the battles which took place between other groups, there were groups which started earlier on before the claimants came in. There were groups of the leaders, LSC3 leaders, also became rebels of the government before. Then later, when the government discovers that these people are turning against the government, they were bought off. Others were given positions of RDCs. Others were taken to State House.
With money.
And even the others are even still working with the State House of Uganda up to date.
Okay.
So when we realized there was a lot of problems between the government and the Wananchi, the people, we, the youth, came up and said that we cannot watch our ancestral land being taken in that manner by Europeans, the European investors, those who come flying into the country and they flow to the garden. For us, we say no. For us, we realize that the land is just near here. Doesn't need an airplane to fly into the land. Then we came up and say, let's organize ourselves. That's why you're hearing what the chairman, the two chairpersons are mentioning about the 20,000 IDPs.
Back to that land.
You can imagine if a Sabine becomes an IDP in his own land, then that is history in the whole world.
True that.
Now, for me, I came in and joined up with my brothers to fight this battle. When we realized that the land grabbers, majorly the Sabines, and also the Bogiso, we have the land grabbers who are the Bogiso, and also the Sabines. And you know, this land borders Queen and Bulambuli in the Lower Bell. So where these land robbers goes and make titles, they make hidden titles away from Kapchora, because the Kapchora administration doesn't know what is taking place in the lower belt.
Okay.
So when they go and make these titles, they always make, all titles were made from Bulambuli. And even the Bulambuli district was created basically for safety of land.
Not as a district.
Because this Bulambuli district covers from here, goes and borders Queen in the lower part and in the lower belt. So a Kishu, a Kishu and a Sabinj doesn't have good relationship. They don't have good harmony. You also know how we call the Kishus, that name, the Kishu.
Ushek.
Ushek. Usabit. So that's why Ushek, Usabinjak, and also because they knew that the land is theirs, they came in to sabotage the land and sold it to investors. And our own sons, who joined hands with them,
Sold them together.
they also became they also became what? The beneficiaries of the said salt land to what? The Pakistanis and other investors. Now, me, I'm a regional coordinator for NIT Uganda. NIT Uganda was formerly a civil society organization. And when we realized this, that the Sabinis are suffering, we came up together and joined hands with the two chairpersons. What were we looking at? We were looking at the legal aid, the financial part of it, so that we can follow this story one by one within the government and inside the people.
Okay.
So we realized that the time when Sabinis woke up, the young tax, this group you are seeing, our age mates, your age mate. When we woke up in early 2014 and we say, enough is enough. The land is ours. So I came in as a supporter, as a Sabin, as also an IDP, because the land is ours. I said, no, I should not be an IDP. When the land is being sold like this, that land is being sold, being surveyed by an airplane. You can imagine. You heard about when the chairman was saying that the land is how many square miles? 75 square miles. You can imagine a 75 square miles.
2 districts.
That covers about, it's almost 3 districts. And that is the land for Sebei, for our own.
Okay.
So we came up, I brought this program called Meet Uganda to fight for the people.
Yes.
We went through all the steps, the offices that the chairman have mentioned. We first went to Minister of Lands, headed by the State Minister, Dr. Sam Mayanja. That was early 2020, it's last year, part 1, we went. So when we went there, we met with the minister. The minister became so receptive. He received us in a positive way. And he said, if the land is for Sebei, the Sabins, is going to settle the Sabins within a period of 1 month. Then for us, we were busy jubilating in Kampala, in the streets of Kampala town. We also said, it's okay. We even told us to wait. A few of us wait, we left behind. We left 100 people who came back. I left with the chairman and another elder. Okay. They told us to write something that is being is going to be presented to the president in the State House. Later in the evening, we realized a lot of calls in Kampala. Those who wanted to make news, people sell news. So we realized a lot of calls in Kampala, and we made the report. We took back to the minister. The report was taken to State House.
Okay.
Later we came back. We also got a call after the minister, after the office of the minister called us and directed us to Office of Anti-Corruption Unit, headed by Brigadier Isoke.
Okay.
So when we went there, a few of us. We met with the head of Anti-Corruption Unit. He told us we present everything good enough. He had already gotten information from the minister himself.
Okay.
Then when When we interacted with the head of anti-corruption unit, he gave us his lawyers.
Okay.
Everything was wrote down with the evidence of auto report, which has a summary of the entire land.
Okay.
Then he said, for him is to investigate. The anti-corruption unit sent a team to come and investigate. The first team came early 2023. Came January. They came, they met us. They investigate everything. They met us with the elders of 90 years, even the elders of 132. There were elders of 132. We were there. They got us. When they met us, even the elders, the grand women, the elders, some of them were crying. And this team from anti-corruption unit was also shocked that even the elders can cry. So from there, the investigation was done and they went back. When they got back to their office, they also wrote a report. For them, they said they are not going to resettle, but it is the responsible ministry to resettle. For them is to get the report. Who exactly is the owner? So from then, they also hold us. They said, let's continue having this program slowly by slowly. It is not a one-day program. Later, also got another team from anti-corruption unit.
Okay.
Coming for the second investigation. They investigated. They got the information. They have their reports in their offices. Then of late this year, the same team from anti-corruption unit also came. Actually, before they also called us, they invited the elders and the youth to their office. We went. They told us that the Sabines needs to be one. We said we are one. The elders are one. These are our parents. We are their children. And we are one. We realized there are a few games around where the so-called the grabbers are trying to bring certain things in between us and the elders, which was not right. We are one with them. The elders are with us, and we respect them. Now, the team after then, the team also came and followed us. They came here. They came here. When they met us here, we had about others who did not travel to the other side of the office in the Geres. We are met in Kapura town. They were met in Kapura town. Over the same matter. And they came with their forms from the office of anti-corruption. The forms were supposed to be filled by the displaced IDPs. Okay. And we filled all the forms. Somewhere in the forms indicates that when did you been displaced by the chromosomes?
Which place?
Did you sold your land? Then we said no. So we filled everything, and those forms were taken back to anti-corruption unit. Later, we had an information that the report is ready back from anti-corruption unit to Minister of Lands. Okay. Then we also engaged the minister himself. Even I personally called him. This same minister, we had engaged him and we have become brothers.
Minister of
Lands, the state minister of lands. Okay. We have engaged him severally because of this matter to come to an end. Because this issue is within his hands, is in the token of the minister, as the minister of lands. So we engaged him, and he was like, the report is okay, is with him in his offices. Okay. Now, the question is, if the report is done, and the report says the land belongs to Sabines. The ancestral land belongs to Sabines. The customary land belongs to Sabines. What else is again?
The minister waiting. Government.
Because the words of the minister is law. For him, he said at first that he's going to reset to us in Saturdays, and it was law. 4 years. It was law. We captured it, we have it.
Georgiana Television, again hosted by Anne Cherop, Tajibondage, the youth who have come up, we want to fight for the common man. The Sabinjak Chogi quick displaced the IDPs, which is 20,000. So kagunit their story, their background until where we are. So kajimjala chaba and Daniel, where have they reached? At what level are we right now? And I think that one will be given to us by Mr. Tumukunde.
Thank you so much, Madam and Georgiana TV. Where we have reached right now is that we are waiting for the report from the government that is responsible Minister of Lands, headed by Dr. Sam Mwanje, the State Minister. And when we get the report, that will take us to another direction, another step also, because we remember and we know very well that the report says the land belongs to the Sabines, which we are the ones. Now, then in addition to that, Madam, and we are looking at having the support from the leaders, the current leaders who are in power, because they're the ones. They are the ones that people have entrusted them with the power. When we are here fighting for the common people, then the leaders should also come in, so that we shall all work together, because we remain the Sabines. We are the Sabines, remain the Sabines. There is nowhere these leaders will also go. We shall still be home, and we also request them that let's all unite, let's all come up, and we fight for this common man, the Sabine, the bottom up. And we are also looking at having the support from the religious institutions. We also call upon the religious institutions, like for example the Pentecostal leadership, the Church of Uganda leadership, the Catholic leadership, all the religious institutions. We feel like they should also have a joint religious council and also fight for the common cause of this land. Then we also need the common person, that the one we are fighting for, to also come in. Like, we cannot spoon feed them. We cannot say that we are fighting for you right from the beginning to the end, when themselves don't want to go to they even don't know where this garden, where this land is. They should also come in and see where the land is. We are just showing them that this is our land, 75 square miles. They are just looking at the distance. So we also request them to come and join this struggle, so that they will be the beneficiaries, and we shall all celebrate at once when all these stakeholders come together. At the end of the day, everyone will say thank you. So, Madam, I will say that for that case, that is the major areas that we need to look at. And I also wanted to add on something, that this land borders, the border in Bulamburi, the Bulamburi borders Kapchorwa in the lower part. I also want to add on something that is also very touchy and is also contagious, that we have an area called West Division in Kapchorwa municipality, which has the biggest number of voters. The biggest number of voters goes to a tune of 22,000 voters in the municipality, which borders also this land within. We also feel that the Sabines should also wake up and see how this area can be elevated to become a constituency of its own, so that these people within the western part of Kapchorwa municipality will also enjoy the privileges of government. Because, for example, when you look at other areas like the Soy constituency in Queen, Soy constituency has about four sub-counties and a population of about 12,000, but it is a constituency. There are areas in Uganda like the area of Honorable Bido Okwang, the State Minister for Sports. He hits a very small territory, but it's a constituency. So that is what I just chip in as far as these issues are concerned. And I remain Chamonge Simon, commonly known as Mukuna. Thank you so much.
Let's go to Chairperson, Chairman Tom kamoja mowech. So kajamola we have, I think our biggest issue again is the implementation of the government directive.
Yes.
And then Gamal, the other thing that you have court issues that are running.
Court cases.
What would you tell somebody Nyami watching the Ningbanden?
I want to thank Jana TV and my friends. In a summary form, I believe this team is fighting for all the 20,000 Sabines who have been displaced for roughly 55 years.
Okay.
Government of Uganda should give a priority to settling the Sabines by way one, respect the President's directive.
Okay.
Number one is implementing the Odwe land report. That's the genesis of this story. It answers the boundary, resettlement, compensation, prosecution of people who sold this land without our consent. And I believe if a president directive 1st September 2000 cannot be implemented by his own government, then I see a huge crisis. Because this is president's letter. Writing Omar Tubo. From 1st September 2000 up to now, they have never implemented any directive of the president. So no matter how much we are going with our team to the Ministry of Land, this is the same cancer the Sabines are having. And that's why I come to say we appeal to international partners, especially the people of Uganda, to respect the Sabines and let his own government implement the report. Its own implementation of the report is the nightmare of that story. It solves the whole genesis of this problem. The Sabines love this president and they vote him wholesomely. Okay. His own directive cannot be implemented by his government. Is a crisis. That's why we do not have directive cause a boundary demarcation between Sironko and Kapchorwa. Then cancelling all land titles. The president's writing from 2009. Even Minister of Lands and Office of the Prime Minister cannot implement the directive of the president. What method do you think will be used to implement? Then number two, government which was mandated to implement is on the land. That is Office of the Prime Minister. It is the land Office of the Prime Minister bought the set of the landslide victims. It is our land. Yes. That's why the Prime Minister can now not implement President's directive because that's the same land. And
there's conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest because now the President tells the Prime Minister and the Vice President implement the report. They have not implemented, and they don't want, because there's conflict of interest strategically. I have no faith in the leadership of the current leadership of Sebei region. Because if this story was there, they were leaders. Okay. I think 2000 they were leaders. The other time they were still leaders. Then all the titles which were cancelled as 16. Can you gazette on the Uganda paper? These titles which have been cancelled are cancelled by Minister of Lands. We are not in court. Even in court has also cancelled. So my humble appeal is the organization lacks a lot of support in terms of cases. We have over 8 cases in Kapchorwa courts, Queen, Bala High Court, in Kampala. We are also organizing to file a case against the government because the Attorney General we should face the Attorney General because he has created a different district that land. So there's a story which the president has said it might lead to intertribal conflict in the future. If you cannot solve the root cause, you cannot solve the symptom.
Okay.
But I also appeal to HE. It is his own government in our land. Now the Sabines are being pushed out of their land by her own president. That is the Aradis Queen. And then we demand that there should be prosecution of these certain people who sold the land. Okay. We are not responsible to pay some people's debt. We also appeal to state anti-corruption, take action and let the culprits be prosecuted. Because what is the reason for investigation And then there is no conclusion. The same Minister of Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, is conspiring to give again government 300 acres to Mazda solar at 50 billion. And I was with the Amori investors. Then facilitate the resettlement. We appeal that government of Ghana facilitates the resettlement of the Sabine back to their ancestral land, like they are doing to other regions.
Okay.
So on 24th, 26th, 27th, for us we are moving back to our land. Then on the issue of court cases, we are just appealing to international partners to assist us. We have enough legal battles.
Okay.
Community houses were displaced, 200 houses were burnt, 2,000 cars were raided off, women were raped, 100 motorcycles were looted and transferred and were made off by the RDC Queen in collaboration with the land grabbers. Then secondly, why should it be the Sebei region which cannot be resettled at the expense of others? So the no boundary has been made. It is now 35 years since the Sabinis are talking about resettlement. 35 years, we have been writing memos. How many memos? I think it is now becoming over 1,000 memos we have written. And the government of Uganda does not want to implement the report. So that's the reason why we are organizing with our friends to sue this government to the East African Court of Justice. Maybe we can be heard somewhere. Because there is one judge in this region who is blocking all these things. The judges and the regional leaders are part of this story. Then finally, if the president of Kenya is coming as a guest, chief guest, he was the one who told the president, let the people go to the land. We have this video. We are appealing to Samuel Ruto, who that was the chairperson of East African Community. After 28th in Cathedral, if our matter is not be put rest, we sue this government.
Speak to His Excellency Ruto. Speak to him.
We are honorable. We, the Sabine Youth Land claimants, are humble appealing for your support in this matter. The last time you came to Kapchorwa as a deputy president of Kenya, you humbly informed us, vote for the president of Uganda, he will give you back your land. It has not happened. It is now 35 years, we have not gotten our land. We get out of, we also voluntarily settled 8,000 Kenyans back to Uganda, called the Nandis, who own 10%. We're all pushed. The Uganda claimants and Kenyan claimants were pushed out of the land. But now, as we anticipate your coming, of which we are very blessed, there are more pertinent issues than opening a cathedral. The issue here is the Sabines demand for resettlement. You know your counterpart is aware. If there is interest, the Sabines want their interest to be put first. And we have to inform him that we can have audience with the president of Uganda and Samuel Ruto over this matter, because we do not have any leader to represent, because they are all part of this mess of the 20,000.
Okay, thank you.
Finally, thank you for listening.
Your parting shots.
Thank you so much, my sister, for the nice moderation, and also the Georgina TV for the great work. And this is what we call investigative journalism, where you need to know what is the problem on the ground. Once again, I'm David Chemonges, Chairman of Pugo Land Owner Association. I only want to summarize simply, not more than 2 to 3 minutes. One is that the Sebei sub-region is suffering, not because they deserve to suffer, but they are suffering because of the silence of the leaders they entrust with power. That is where the big problem is coming from. So you imagine your brothers and sisters are settling on a rock called Rwanda in Kwen district for over 35 years. And we are in the same country, we laugh, and we are being headed by President Sebei. This is the pain of the region, And accidentally the government is resettling our brothers from Bududa who intentionally accepted to settle on the land with issues, on the rock with issues. But for them, they are hurriedly resettled. Why not Sabines, who even have their own land, where they only need some small push of helping them to construct shelters and so forth, some small finances, and resettle them permanently on their land? We don't need to buy land because they already have what? Land. But imagine they are settling on a rock for over 40 years, but no answers have been made.
Okay.
Their children are being shot dead by the Uwa people because they go there and seek for firewood, medicine, or some grass, but they are being killed innocently. But no report, nothing, no compensation has been done. When we go to the lower belt, our neighbors, the Karamojongs, come, broad daylight, shoot, kill, and take your cows. Nothing is being done. And we are still being headed by our beloved president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. All this is too painful, my sister. But we have been seeking audience from the president to give us time. We sit and discuss these matters conclusively. Because it is now over 15 years we have been looking for a president, but these bad leaders,
You don't get access to the president?
don't allow us to get access to the president.
Okay.
And President Museveni is the loving president who listens to everybody. But these leaders, because they know they made the messes, and they have bad heart for this region, because for them they think that when we allow us get access, we will speak the true issues affecting the people of Sebei
Okay,
sub-region.
assuming the president, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, gets to watch this video, what would you want to tell him?
I only tell President Museveni 3 things. The first thing is, Your Excellency, can we implement your own reports, which you made it soberly, because we trust you are a Christian, you don't take anything, you made it in 1st September 2009 soberly, that caused a boundary demarcation between Kapchorwa and Sirongo.
Okay, that is one, too.
Secondly, can you help us, Your Excellency? We can even kneel down to you because you have all that power. Resettle us, Your Excellency, so that we also enjoy the peace and privileges of this country. Then, thirdly, is can us you resettle us, then compensate us, Your Excellency, because our cows were taken innocently. We did not go to Karamoja to steal. We did not go to which side. But can you restore us, Your Excellency? And lastly, when you do all those things, Your Excellency, come to voting, the Sabines will vote for you without fear or favor, even more than 100% when you do that. However, when you don't do that, Your Excellency, things are not easy in this year, 2026. Things are hot. Because the leaders have said in all the region, they use the elders, they have said, no resettlement, no vote. Because the base region give block votes. They don't go aside because we are trustworthy leaders or members of this country. So when you do that, Your Excellency, we will have no problem. Things will be in that case. So they say a jokuna will be okay. So just help us and do that. Implement.
There will be tabonage.
In group serving, taboning ale. Yoge you get settling and bigo go you dokpa. Kongay karom. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The youth claimants, people who are representing the youth, of course, of Sebei region. And then there's also hope la bigo jogaje ngalo linda bigo jogaje mojinga lecture. Let them hear us and go to work whatever you desire that your hearts would wish to. Kaita bangarom de Jojana family kala makwek check talk ngale kwa jejange, they have cries and they need help. Kasombi kasabin dogoli kamwambala jebunda very many legal issues. Jebunda legal who have done law, who are representing very many people. Why not our own? Jobagajo migrir tosi. And from us to you, Paraja Mola Kaita Bon for being with us. Bye for now.